Sally Spectra may be facing one of her most terrifying moments yet, and this time, the warning signs could change everything. A sudden wave of pain leaves Sally clutching her stomach while Billy watches in fear, unable to understand what's happening. But that's only the beginning. Across Genoa City, Audra is about to put Kyle and Victoria in an incredibly awkward position, while Phyllis walks straight into a confrontation with Nick that could bring the Matt Clark mystery back to the surface. The week of August 31st promises plenty of tension on the young and the restless, beginning with Nick Newman's recovery. Nick is still at the rehab clinic when he receives a visitor he clearly wasn't expecting, Phyllis Summers. The moment Phyllis arrives, Nick immediately becomes suspicious. Instead of welcoming his ex-wife, he confronts her and wants to know exactly why she's there. Phyllis appears emotional and insists that she's worried about him, but Nick isn't convinced that concern for his recovery is the only reason behind her visit. He quickly brings up Matt Clark. Nick suspects Phyllis may have come because of Matt and the growing questions surrounding his disappearance. That puts Phyllis in a difficult position. Will she admit what she knows, or try to convince Nick that Matt has nothing to do with her visit? Either way, Nick clearly isn't in the mood to play games. Meanwhile, another uncomfortable situation is developing at Crimson Lights. Audra Charles finds herself talking with Kyle Abbott, and their conversation eventually turns toward Victoria Newman. Kyle and Victoria have been getting dangerously close lately, and their connection has become increasingly difficult to hide. Then, Victoria arrives. Audra wastes little time making the situation uncomfortable. She reveals that she and Kyle were just talking about Victoria before teasing her about being a very naughty girl. That comment immediately puts Kyle and Victoria on the spot. The awkward look they exchange could say far more than either of them wants to admit, especially if Audra has already figured out that something is happening between them. But while Kyle and Victoria deal with Audra's teasing, the most frightening moment of the preview belongs to Sally Spectra. Without warning, Sally doubles over and grabs her stomach as pain hits. Billy Abbott immediately realizes something is wrong and reaches for her hand. Sally is frightened and confused. She doesn't know exactly what's happening. She only knows that something feels terribly wrong. Considering Sally's painful history with pregnancy loss, the moment carries even more emotional weight. But the preview leaves the biggest question unanswered. Is Sally experiencing a temporary pregnancy scare, or is Genoa City about to witness another heartbreaking turn for Sally and Billy? Whatever happens next, Billy will be right beside her as they wait to discover whether Sally and her pregnancy are truly in danger.